sports. It's in the game.
Okay, what's up, guys? I'm doing another, what's it called? Madden. I'm doing another Madden NFL 20. Madden NFL. So, Madden 20. That's what I'm gonna be doing. This is part 3, I think. I don't know. So, yeah.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
I'm the coach. You're locked.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.
He got the ball first.
Today it's an AFC North
we
matchup
got it.
between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Odell.
Mayfield on play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler
they're already
back
rushing.
of the intended receiver. But it's going to be second
No,
down.
I pressed around. It's okay. It's okay.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Crap, it's not our ball no more.
Kareem Hunt, 7 71 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Go! 10-2 stop. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They go play action with Hodges. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
Here's Hodges looking to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Hodges. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland Browns ready to set up shop for their next drive. And this is a Browns team, Charles, that has been on a roller coaster ride this year. Entered the season with all those expectations. One bright spot's been Nick Chubb. He's been great at running back. He's in contention for the rushing title. But they didn't string together back-to-back wins until week 11. And they've just been treading water all season. And get this, they're not going to finish above 500 this year. The last time that the Browns were above 500, 2007.
And just think that would have been, or let me rephrase that, that should have been a heck of a goal for this franchise. To show considerable growth, right? Move above 500 and show that they're going to be a contender for years to come. But things really got out of whack in the offseason. All of a sudden, people were talking Super Bowl. I don't know how we got there, all right? Even with hindsight, you're like, how is that discussion coming up? But it was. Super Bowl, playoffs, all of that. So now it looks like a major disappointment when they could actually finish 500, which should show growth.
Well, sometimes expectations come, but for not the right reason. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he's a guy that makes a lot of headlines, OBJ, and a lot of drama this year. Sometimes those headlines weren't for the right reasons.
Exactly, and we have to remember, and we should have seen it coming, that we should have tempered things Second-year quarterback, rookie head coach, meshing
What?
with new
Odell's
players and
over
new
here
talent on both
knocking.
sides.
He's
of the
running
ball.
away from the
That
ball.
usually takes time. We were looking for the quick fix.
No.
On 2nd and 10. Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham fights through and now a crease. And all the way in.
Let's go.
Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 37 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays.
Look at that.
A good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Look at that.
So now the Browns, they're going to line up and go for 2.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Hunt going to run for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the gun on 3rd down. Hodges, and that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
God, they
Good
threw him.
return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield. And
You see how I
inside
stayed
the
on my feet
35.
still?
23 yards, the
I
final
stayed on my
tally.
feet still. I didn't make the touchdown, but I still stayed on my
He's
feet,
able to
man.
get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him
okay.
down. And he'll be taken down as
18.
that will
Oh,
take
no,
us
13,
to
I
the
think. I
end
don't
of
know.
the first quarter of play.
It's like
15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Beckham. Ah, come on, Beckham.
Thrown to the end
Beck-
zone on
it just
first
hit
down,
Beckham's
but it
head and
winds up
fell off.
incomplete. He
on,
was
Beckham.
trying to go
Come on,
back
Beckham.
to Beckham there. And that'll bring up
Hold
2nd
on,
down.
Odell.
Now Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line.
Beckham.
Zone now, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for the Browns. Touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Try to make them stay at 0.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball,
the Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Into Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Hodges now. Complete to Washington. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Out of the gun, it's Hodges. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Nick Vanette there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little
okay,
bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time.
And got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in.
Let's go,
Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Hodges. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Interception.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Throwing, Mayfield to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour.
They got it one hand.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Pro.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense trots back out. Charles, this is a team beginning of the year. You think back, they started 1-4, and it's a string of 15 consecutive non-losing seasons. We thought that was going to be snapped. Turns out it won't be snapped. It'll go to 16 consecutive seasons without a losing record. For Mike Tomlin, is this maybe his most impressive coaching job this year?
I don't think there's any doubt about it in my mind, and I know that when you win a Super Bowl, there's nothing more impressive than that. But as you mentioned, starting 1-4 and then go back to this. Then
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Seibert now to kick this thing away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, twist.
On 3rd down, Hodges. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 36 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Look, I went through all these people.
Multiple tackles to earn that touchdown. Bottom line, he earned that touchdown.
Indeed he did. That was pretty much a get off of me run and all the way into the end zone.
I'm doing the pro. I have to do the pro.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now this throw caught left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Play action. It's Hodges. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10 now. Hodges tried to drop one in, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And that one results in 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline. That's a big gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Hodges here on 2nd down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Mike 51. Tackles.
From the gun, it's Hodges. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now it's Hodges. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington there to make the grab. And the Steelers are able to get a score back.
He slapped his head.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes you get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mayfield now. He'll have a first down past the 40. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He stayed on his
Good
feet.
pick up there, 26 yards.
See how long he stayed on his
play,
feet?
he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Mayfield, and a little
Beckham, you done.
is incomplete.
We're running this
It's
one.
always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
How's that not a
He's going to be
touchdown?
taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. They go play action with Hodges. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Let's go.
And we're back now here in
Thomas
Cleveland.
the Train.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He looks like Franklin kind of from GTA.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon.
He's got a man complete. And they finally
Why did that
take him
turn
down,
around?
but not before he reaches the 43. A big
Nah,
play
I
that
don't know.
time for Cleveland. 47 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And a scary incompletion.
Where's
Almost picked
Odell?
off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead,
Where's
2nd
Odell?
down.
I'm not doing this.
To
Where's
throw
Odell?
again on
Odell,
2nd
do that.
down. Mayfield.
Poopy.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 43 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
He's all mad at everybody.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Hunt gonna run for it. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. Oh boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
Ready.
Looking to throw on first down with Hodges. Looking left sideline, incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's Hodges again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Hodges looking to throw. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. Mayfield to throw it.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
It's funny, Dan.
It's
It's funny.
game partner, but one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he's to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's at least
She's on like the 5th tune at
Yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind,
54.
but he's just saying something about
54.
turning out the lights.
54
The
to
party was
50.
over.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful
I want
not being
somebody
too
to get
cautious
injured.
because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 5. And this is incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette, and it's 3rd and 5. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Hodges, and that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. 1st down, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J.
Come on, 98.
These guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Now Hodges on 1st down. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Called it no gain there on the 1st down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, here's Hodges. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. 3rd down here.
Oh, no.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down.
Oh, no. You're so dookie, kid.
This is 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Hodges. And that will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Okay, it's okay.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points
we're gonna get way
likely
more.
not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more
I was hitting my
respectability.
mic.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
I should go.
Now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
What the heck? Where's the pass? Where's the pass? What the heck?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Pushing tacklers aside.
Yeah, boy,
Fights
they got
for
Hunter
yet
on the
again.
ground. Hunter on the ground, bud.
And he will get into the end zone. It's
Let's
another
go.
touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Let's go, man.
That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles, those weren't easy to get by.
No, they really weren't. And they've had trouble tackling throughout this ball game. But in this particular play, how about that move? Or I should say moves with an S. Because I don't care if you were a great tackler, you had trouble getting him on the ground on that play.
Oh, he just threw the ball.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Huh?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Okay, so I'm going to end it right here. And,
They are just obviously
I'm
getting
going to end it right here.
shellacked
So,
in this one,
yeah,
Charles.
bye.
What's the message?